Hello everybody and welcome back to the Engineer's Guide to the Galaxy. Today we're going to start with a print and repair shop here in the front of the ship. And I actually haven't prepared anything for this. I do have a little bit of a design in my head and know which functionalities it should have. But for the rest, no, I haven't got a clue how it's going to look or how it's going to work. I also haven't prepared any programming for this, so that will be kind of interesting. And I think we should just dive into this. I'll be starting with removing this bit of the production of other sections of the ship and start laying out the first bit of the mechanism that will be placed here in the back of the room. Well, the room is clear, so now we can start with the mechanism. There are a couple of things that I want to take into account, and that is that the location at which the to be printed ship or rover will be connected to must be able to place quite close to the ground, and it must be able to go up to the ceiling where I will make the print area. The welders for the print area, they will be up to the ceiling. And that means that for the vertical pistons I won't place two on top of each other. That will extend upwards. I will place one upwards and one back downwards, which will be fully extended when the ship needs to be on the floor of this room. And another thing is that it should all be piped up to the load line. I want to be able to gas the ships or rovers up in advance. So if it uses hydrogen, then I want to be able to place that in the rover or in the ship while it's being printed. Well, let's place first some normal blocks as a reference. I want it to be in the center, so I will have a horizontal piston over here somewhere. If I want the connection to be here at the bottom, then that's here. Then a fully extended piston in total is 50 meters long or 6 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that'll be piped up with conveyor corners. So that's here. Then a retracted piston, that's this one. And piped up in a corner, that is this one. So the horizontal piston is coming here, and that's good to know. So if I'm correct, it should be something like this. Yeah, and that piston can extend 4 blocks downwards. So that's that. Another thing that I want is to be able to extend it forward another 4 blocks. So I will place a piston here as well. And I see something coming. Stalker drone. Uh-oh, that's not good. and it's coming right towards me. So let's prepare. This isn't the best start. This is absolutely not the best start. Oh, I haven't got a miner here. And it has noticed me. Oh, this is going to be bad. It's only 3.6 kilometers away and it's fast. It's coming fast. Okay, 3 kilometers to go. Apparently I was much more efficient with my time than I used to be. Let's see where I am. Okay, there's Mars. I'm really happy that I've fixed the problem with the inertia tensors and the elevators. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to rotate at all. And right now it's still really slow, but it is turning. We're getting closer to Mars, so that's a good thing. Okay, that one. And let's check if all the small ships are still in place. Oh, that's not good. I lost my constructor. Alright. I do have a blueprint of that, so... Let's see how far I get without my constructor, but I'm really not happy with this. All due to a faulty connector. Okay, well, let's first get to this new asteroid, and we'll see what we're going to do. And there we are with asteroid number, I don't know how many. Let's see. Number 57 already. And as far as I could see, there only was some silicon, which I really don't need, I think. Silicon, no. I've got plenty of iron, nickel, cobalt, magnesium, silicon, silver, maybe gold, platinum. Well, I don't actually need anything. For now, I will continue this project without a constructor. It will be a little bit annoying, but I have a plan, and that is that I do have a connection to the load line here. I only need to place a connector is easiest, I guess. Alright, these blocks can be removed. They are not needed. So this is the basic construction. I will connect this piston to the conveyor network, which is on exactly the same level. Oh, this cannot be a coincidence. So if I grind away this block, I see a conveyor that is dark green, and that is the right color because that's a load line. Okay, so I will place a couple of conveyor junctions, so that'll be airtight again. Although that is not necessary, but it looks a little bit nicer. Place the conveyor line towards this, weld this up, and then we can continue with the print system. And there are 3 kamikaze drones coming. I don't get a minute of calm for building this thing. And right now I see that I made a little mistake. And by little I mean a big mistake, because I've placed this entire setup 1 block too far to the left. So I have to redo everything, and that will, well, it will take a minute. And another drone. Wow, it's quite dangerous over here. This is a scatter cannon drone. It's 3 kilometers away and it's coming in fast. Well, it took me a while, but this is the basis. I do need to line it out so that it will fit in between here. So that will be a delicate job, because I can't just say go 1/2 block. So we'll leave it at that. And what I found out is that I cannot extend it fully upwards. Probably about 9 meters or something, because this I've changed this a little bit. This was a full block down and then a sharp corner. And I've added a 1x2 slope over here, otherwise this would get close, but I probably can extend almost fully right now. Yeah, that fits just fine, so that's really nice. Right now I've got a reach of 20 meters. Right. That's the first thing that I needed to achieve. So, yay. I want this setup to be mostly out of sight. So, I think I will build around this. Well, let's first lock this one. This one shouldn't be moving at all. The trick with a shear inertia tensor, I will do the same as for the elevator. So when this is in use, these will all be activated for all the pistons, hinges and rotors that will be involved. and when it's not in use, I will lock the system down with magnetic plates and just release it, so I won't be touching this. Well, I will activate them for now because I'm just testing. And the base needs to be locked, so that one's done. These ones will be moving continuously, and this one maybe not so much. So the enclosure will be 3 deep, and for this I can just use half blocks because, well, they are a little bit lighter. And I know it will be a lot of hand welding because it's well, I'm missing my constructor already. But well, in the end I will be able to build my new constructor over here. And I had some changes in mind, so maybe it's a good thing. And that goes up to there. Yeah, perfect. So if I weld this up, then it should be alright. Yeah, I think that works. This is perfect. So let's get some energy and then we can focus on the bit that's coming in front of here. The first start is getting from large grid to small grid. So I will use a hinge for that. And now the interesting bit. What I want to do is place a cockpit next to this, which has a view on the connector in a merge block, so it's quite easy to align the projector to the merge block and the connector, or to a magnetic plate in another position, but I will come to that later. So I want to use this block, a conveyor junction, like this, so that I also have, well, I've got attachment points, and since this will be connected to the gas line, I have some oxygen in the cockpit, so that's nice as well. And next, there are two things that I want to do. I want to be able to rotate for the repair function, and I want to lift it upwards with a hinge for the printer that will come in the ceiling. And I'm not sure how much forward that will all be going or becoming, because this will be a fixed location with one large block intervals. So I will need to align that, and I'm not sure if I want a hinge first or the rotor, and I'm thinking that it might be better to go with a hinge and then a rotor, and that should give me enough degrees of freedom to, well, to do everything. This is all connected to the conveyor network, so I will be placing a conveyor on top. So a lot of moving parts, and the most important thing is to lock everything for now. I need to weld this hinge up to point it upwards and see how it will align to the large block grid. And maybe I need to place a couple of blocks a little bit more forward, but well, we'll see. Okay, I only have to extend this bit with one block, so I will be using, where is it? This one, a conveyor frame, and this is perfect. So the welders will be placed at this level, and that will be a 3x4, let's see, 3x4 area, and I will be extending this piston a little bit so that let's see, the welders will, oh, let's get some steel. The welders will come here. This area of 3x4. I will place the welders there. Some graded catwalks in front. And that will be the printing area. Right now, the next thing that I want to do is to place a cockpit next to it, with which you can control. You can control this system, and you can. Critical. Yeah. And you can see the how the projector aligns with the merge block that I will need to place on this and the connector. And that's also a reason I want to revisit the small ships that I have, because I am going to place a small, I don't have it here, merge block, this small one. I'm going to place that right here, and that will be a default setup for all my small ships. It's also set up for the back of the ship, because this 3x4 grid, that's the area that a ship needs to be able to pass through, because this doorway is 3x4, well, actually a little bit smaller. Okay, that are the merge block and the projector. Now I need a place for the cockpit. And I want to use the industrial cockpit. But I need a place where I can see how the projection lines aligns with the, well, with the merge block and the connector. So I think it might be a little bit outwards. I regret that I have placed the junction this way, and I think I'm going to rebuild everything again. Okay. I wanted a small conveyor port vertical instead of horizontal. That hasn't been the best choice. Okay, so let's do this a little bit over again. And we're back. So the cockpit, I want it here. And I want it a little bit outwards. Yeah, like this. Oh, hacker drone. Wow, it is really busy with the drones today. But well, I don't mind. This one will also be unsuccessful, just like the other many hacker drones that already have been here. Already pressurized, and I've got power. And when I rotate like this, I can see the merge block and the connector. So I think I will be able to align the projector correctly. It also has some room to rotate. That's cool too. I do want to place a little bit around this. Also not a big fan of how I run this conveyor. And you'll see that in the end I didn't have to rotate this conveyor junction. But well, what's done is done. Anyway, this is the basic setup that I wanted. This will connect to the back of the ship. Yeah. There was another thing that I wanted to do. I also wanted to make use of magnetic plates to be able to connect to the ship if it needs to be repaired. And I'm wondering if the cockpit will be in the way right now. That might be the case. Alternative is that I don't make use of the plates. I know what I did wrong for that. I had something in my mind, and that would only be possible if the rotor and the hinge were the other way around. Alright, this will be fun because I have to change this all again. And when I now rotate this hinge upwards, let's do that. Then it is about 2 meters removed from the large block grid. So what I can do, and this might be even better, that is place a conveyor tube here, and then this block, and that way I create additional space between the cockpit and the connector, and that might be a good thing. Okay, let's see if it still rotates. And I think this will be alright, and I will be placing some magnetic plates over here. And this will be fine, I guess. Yeah, this is better. Now you can see all the crucial blocks. Alright, I think this looks pretty nice. So, cockpit as well. And well, this is the main system. So for let's see, no, it's too far. So for welding a new block, the hinge will go upwards. The pistons will, or the setup will be starting in this setup. So, and this will be upwards. When it's up, the projector will turn on, or it is already on. The welders will turn on. And this whole setup will go downwards. Printing, well, the ship or rover that will be projected. And when the ship needs to be repaired, depending on if the rear of the ship is broken or not, it will be connected against these magnetic plates or against the connector and a merge block. I do need an additional load line going upwards, and I think I will take that from the other side of the ship, because this setup is connected to the left side of the ship, and I will attach the welders from the right side of the ship. And I think I can start filling in the ceiling. First things first, this setup does need to be placed a little bit more forward, which probably is something like this. Yeah, this looks okay enough. And yeah, let's place a ceiling. And this will be the printer. Next is the thing that I'm going to place the catwalks. But another thing to take into account is that I'm not going to place 12 welders. I will only place 3, and they will be moved back and forth with a piston. I have spotted another problem, and that is that if this thing is going to rotate, the cockpit is in the way, so I do need to change that. It is a bummer, but well, it is what it is. I keep getting distracted for some reason. Probably because I haven't tested this before. What's next is that this one needs to be connected to the load network. So I can go this way, and I'm breaking things right now. So okay. So I need to find a route for this specifically, and I think it will be right here. And again, this is
meteor storm inbound.
Not perfect. What's behind this door? It's a floor. Also not ideal. I can route the conveyor through here. It will be a bit of a... yeah. what shall we say, a bit of a hassle. But if I go through here and then through here, then I can connect to here. Alright, this will be, well, a little bit annoying, because I will need to route it alongside this this piston in a corner in front of there. Yeah, this will be nasty. But let's do it. And the welders are also connected to the conveyor network. So for now, this bit is done. This bit is almost done. What I need to do is to move the cockpit back again. And again, 3 drones are coming. Let's see. Coming from the rear and already are 2.5 kilometers away. It's an attack by 3 scatter cannon drones. I just spotted them just in time. This could have ended a lot different. At least they give me a little bit of ammo. Alright, back to the printer. I think this is it. The cockpit is
Meteor storm inbound.
quite a ways to the side right now, and out of the way from the rotating action of this front bit. But that's okay. I think that if I let's see, if I turn the hinge back down, yeah, that's a bit of an issue. I can see the merge block and the connector, but this bar of the cockpit itself, it's a little bit in front, but I think it will be alright. I can always place a camera somewhere at the right distance on the side, so that I can see if the projection aligns correctly. But I think this this looks quite alright. I can continue this a little bit if I have the parts, which I do not. But, and that's the best thing of this printer, I can just get some extra parts. The other bits I'm going to paint red again, all the functional blocks. So that's this conveyor plus the cockpit. And I want to make this again in this color and make the other blocks red again. The projector needs to be red and the magnetic plates need to be red. I think this will be all. Yeah, it looks complete. These conveyor parts, I don't like them too much. I can place some of the plates, but they are going to be here. And let's make that also the other color for contrast. And I was thinking to place some windows. And I was hoping that I would have the 3x3. Like so. Which are again quite difficult to weld up. Yeah, I think that is all. I do have these other ports that I can close off. Yeah, and this looks quite alright. And I want to see how low this can be until these plates are attaching the floor. Otherwise, if I go too low, there might be some phantom forces. Oh, that's a bit too much. Some phantom forces in the construction, which may lead to explosions. And I would like to prevent that. And this will also be the parking position, because I want to lock the entire structure with these magnetic plates during flight. And I think this is perfect. Yeah. And then we also need some need a repair system that will come up to this bit. I want the repair height to be halfway somewhere, quite high, so that this can rotate. And let's see at what level that is. So that is at this level. And I will make use of the welders attached to pistons. And they will be using a sensor that detects if a small ship or subgrid is present close to the tip of the welder, and then it will move back. If it doesn't detect, it will move forward. The welder itself is 2 blocks. Then and I want it to be able to reach the center, so that's 2 blocks, then 4 blocks extension of the piston and the piston itself. And I don't think that I'm going to make it fold away. I think I'm going to make it static. And the pistons need to be attached to the conveyor network, which is really handy because that's right here. So yeah, a ship can be at max 7 blocks long, and I want to repair the front side if it's necessary. So if it attaches here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 on the front. And if it's lifted upwards, this one's coming on this side, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I'm going to place 5 welders with pistons on this side and 4 on the other side. They will they won't have any overlap. Or I can place a tent that will come here. And that will go just in front of the cockpit, which is quite nice. So I will continue the conveyor network, and then I can place all the pistons. Each of the welders will get a sensor, and I think I'm going to place the sensors on the side so that I don't have a large area that detects, but only a little bit around the tip of the welder. If I place it on top, it will detect everything in front of the sensor up to 10 centimeters, so that's quite a big part, which might trigger the welder to go back. So I think this is the perfect location for that. And because I've placed them all one block apart, they all fit nicely on the side, otherwise I had to place them on top. And on this side of the ship I will place them on this side. That's that, and now it's best if I start renaming the blocks already. I want to reinforce the pistons, and what I want to do here is again similar to what I've done before. That's just placing this on top and at the bottom of the pistons for where it's possible, and then this will go into a wall. On this side it isn't possible at this one and at this one, and here it is possible. And another thing that I want to place is the graded catwalk on this bit. Do need some parts for that. Like so. Oh no, there's a hunter drone coming again. It isn't really my day today. It really isn't. All the small ships are still in place. I haven't used them at all, so I think that those will be fine. And let's hope it just flies by, otherwise I will have to move again. It does look like that it's not directly moving towards me. Let's see if one of the turrets gives a better image. I think it's moving past me. Yeah, I think it will be alright. Well, let's hope it'll be alright. Moving on. I'm thinking of moving this wall one outward, because I don't need all this space. And otherwise I will have a double layer of armor blocks, and that is rather heavy. So I know this is again a very labor intensive job without a constructor or a... No, the deconstructor wouldn't even fit in here. But yeah, it's worth it. What I need to have as a double layer, I will use half blocks for that.
Storm inbound.
So that I keep saving weight wherever I can. For example, here I can start with these blocks, going upward, at least up to there, and then place, for example, these blocks here. Actually, one in front of there. And again, 3 drones, and this time there are 3 sniper drones. It looks like I will be safe for a while because they're on the other side of the asteroid. Although the bottom of my ship might not be as safe as I would think.
Energy low.
Oh, and my energy is low. This isn't good. Let's get some energy quickly, because they are already getting in range. Yeah, I need to go now. That's fun. This looks actually pretty nice, if I say so myself. It's taking its shape, and I want to continue what you see here at the back with the silver walls, the white ceiling. I want to continue that forward, and I want to build a wall with a large opening in the center over here. And that will enclose the entire print and repair shop. And I know it's a lot of hand welding. I am actually pretty aware of that, but I think it's worth it to do it right now. Let's hope there aren't coming many more enemies in between, because that's quite time consuming. this is the end result of today. The print shop and actually the print and repair shop is built completely. It has both the print and the repair functionality. As you can see here, the repair welders are all done. And the printer up there is also done. And now there is one task left, well, maybe a couple, and that is to set everything up and to program everything, which will take quite some time, I guess. And that is why I want to stop this episode for now. I think today was quite a difficult day, if I say so myself. First, of course, when running from the hunter drone, we've lost the constructor, which was actually, well, especially the last bit when welding these walls, the ceiling and this wall in front, I really missed the constructor. This all took me quite some time, but in the end, I'm really happy with this end result. I've done a whole lot today. And with these nice red pistons and welders, I think it all looks quite well. Quite awesome, if I say so myself. So, yeah. Besides losing the constructor, I am really happy with the end result of today. And I'm looking forward to the next time when this will all be working, hopefully. Maybe some lighting, because when I turn this off, it's not too dark because this front section is completely open and there are some windows. But when this will be closed off, it will be rather dark. I will probably need a couple of sensors, maybe some timer blocks, but most of the functionality will be due to some programming and again using the easy automation script, which will be really helpful here. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like, and I hope to see you next time when we continue with the print and repair shop.